Oh man, Monday Night Raw. You know what? At least I can say this about Monday Night Raw. It started off with a wrestling match. I can say that. Now, do I think this show was as bad as last week when there was literally 1 hour, of no wrestling? You know what? I'm not even gonna say this show sucked all the way. Oh yeah, it had its bad parts, and I will say the crowd kept it lively for at least about an hour and a half, because it kind of started to die when it got closer. Once it got close to the third hour, and the third hour itself, really, the crowd was starting to die at several points. And what was it, Austin, Texas? Austin, Texas. They were at, because it was actually a really good crowd in the beginning, and it wasn't actually pretty bad. Kind of going what's going on though, but since they got to hype up Blood Money this Friday, or Super Showdown, Saudi Arabia, whatever you want to call it. Because tonight, the whole show was going to be going around if Brock's going to cash in the Money in the Bank, because Stephanie said something of him being disgusting in his actions because of him playing with a boombox. But it's like people said before about Stephanie McMahon. Roman punches your dad and you do nothing about it, but Brock with the Money in the Bank briefcase is such a horrible, horrible crime. And we're gonna get onto that later, because I just found it funny that people really thought he was cashing in tonight. So we'll get into that. But kicking off the show was going to be Roman Reigns, which he kicks off the show almost every week since wild card rules. That's why. But he's SmackDown's biggest acquisition for some reason. Roman Reigns came out. He was about to say something until Shane McMahon come out. He comes to the stage. He cuts a promo. Of course, he has to do his best in the world thing, of course. And he talked about how he was going to beat the hell out of Roman Reigns this Sunday, that he'd leave his carcass on the ground, that he would put him in some triangle choke, that his eyes would bulge from his head, and he's going to be tapping out. He's going to slam him through the mat. He's going to kick the crap out of him. But Reigns pretty much saying, listen, I'm done hearing this, okay? You even try to apply that hold to me, you're going to get slammed through the mat, all right? And you can tell your boy, Drew McIntyre should whip his ass in stomping grounds in the next few weeks also when that pay-per-view comes up. But McIntyre came out then, which I will, at least Shane got some heat out there in that promo. I know he's on TV a lot, but at least he got some heat, especially when he's getting to the part saying he was going to beat Roman Reigns this Friday in Jeddah. Pretty much McIntyre said, you know what, we don't have to wait till this Friday, okay? We'll attack you right now. I don't need to wait for this tag match. Pretty much then the Revival attacked Roman Reigns from behind. Pretty much all four men started jumping Reigns. Usos come out for the save, of course. This was actually a bad six-man tag, I will say that. One thing I was surprised that this was a pro-Roman crowd. I can say that. I'm surprised he wasn't booed out of the building, that people even chanted, "We want Roman" at one point. But this wasn't a bad six-man, I will say that. It kind of pretty much got into, Shane was getting involved, and Reigns had grabbed Shane at one point. McIntyre pretty much hit with a Claymore kick on the outside of the ring. The Revival hit the Shatter Machine on Jimmy Uso at ringside, pretty much throwing him. There was a Shatter Machine, and then McIntyre hit I believe it was Jey Uso with a Claymore kick. So the heels go over here. Not a bad six-man. Pretty much in the Revival, they throw Reigns back in the ring. They hit the Shatter Machine on them. One more Claymore kick, and then Shane McMahon spoofing that he's doing a spear, which I don't know how they had to sell that of Shane McMahon spearing somebody, but they did. Shane kind of mocked Roman Reigns then after that. So like I said, this was not a bad segment, bad match for a six-man, and at least they got some heat out there, especially on Shane. At least the people are booing at Shane and hating on him, so that's one good thing about it. I just still find it odd that Roman Reigns kicks off this show every week and this whole wild card rule thing, because it looked like that for, 4 weeks in a row now he's been on Raw. Well, at least last week he didn't kick it off, but once again he's kicking it off again. So, there you go. But hey, Shane's getting some heat. All right, getting some heat, but not a bad 6-man. They then went to who was in the crowd? Lance Armstrong. Didn't people hate this guy a few years ago because he cheated? But they still talked to him like he was this great cyclist. But what was it, 2013, 14, where he pretty much says he took, what is it, steroids I think he took or something. And people hate this guy, but I guess now they don't have a problem with Lance Armstrong and Matthew McConaughey. All right. I just like doing that because I've seen it on Family Guy. All right. Matthew McConaughey was in the crowd. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do hate Lance Armstrong. No. But pretty much then after that, we went to Miz TV as Seth Rollins was going to be his guest tonight on the show, talking about Lesnar cashing in the contract. And Rollins says he'll see it when he believes it. He knows some trick could be coming, but he would be ready for anything. And he says, you know what, we can do the title match tonight, all right? But he needs to worry more about Baron Corbin this Friday in Saudi Arabia. So, Rollins says no one likes Corbin's number one contender, but he has to focus on him. Pretty much then Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman arrived to the building. They looked like they were heading out to the ring, but nope, they stopped and they pretty much went somewhere else as Seth Rollins pretty much looked on and left after that. The Lucha House Party came out to go against Lars Sullivan. Didn't that dude delete his... excuse me. Yeah, then he deleted his Twitter after the racist shit and anything. So I guess he probably deleted his Twitter because they would have found more stuff on there. It looks like so. I believe he had it deleted something I heard recently about him because he became race speech shit and they fined him for it. But what was this to say? They have a match this Friday in some 3-on-1, and they have Sullivan come out just to try to beat up the Lucha House Party. So the Lucha House Party pretty much, beat him back up and threw him out of the ring. And I don't care. All right, I don't really care about that match. I don't care about it in general. I don't care about this feud or whatever. They still have him feuding with the Lucha guys for some reason. I don't get that. The Iconics were pretty much making fun of Nikki Cross backstage about being a sad puppy who wants someone to play with her, until Alexa Bliss pretty much came up there and said, you guys have a match to be prepared for. Peyton Royce was going against Peyton Royce ended up going against she had a match to prepare against Nikki Cross tonight. Peyton Royce, of course, they still got to do their little iconic dance or whatever pose that they do all the time. Pretty much then Bliss says that she knows that Cross will end up, better Becky Lynch since they've been tagging for the past few weeks. And, that Becky Lynch can't stand her acts or anything. But she said that Cross would be better off with Lynch. Becky Cross pretty much Nikki pretty says I don't care what Bliss has done in the past. She don't care what she's done in the past, but she's been kind to her ever since she's arrived on Raw, and Bliss volunteered to be in her corner tonight. So is Alexa Bliss face now or something? I don't know if she's face or Nikki Cross just looks more normal every week now. When she comes out, she's crazy Nikki Cross, but somehow she's still like, hey, I'm a nice person to Alexa Bliss talk normal Nikki Cross. So I don't know, okay? I'm not even sure about that half the time. Pretty much then Becky Lynch came out to cut a promo talking about what happened in Money in the Bank, and that she's been home for over the weekend for the first time in 63 days, and her dreams come true, and she's never been more content in her life and everything, being the champion and stuff. But that is the problem. Contentment. That's the worst thing that can happen to a fighter. And if fighters, get hurt or beaten, and, it's not going to happen to her because she said that Flair and Lacey Evans woke up something in her pretty much then after, she lost the SmackDown title at Money in the Bank. Lacey Evans then pretty much came up and said that Becky Lynch is like a dog chasing a car and she wouldn't know what to do if she caught it. Pretty much Lacey got in the ring then, talking about, she was beating her at Money in the Bank, that she almost had it. and everything, but still couldn't win it. Lacey Evans pretty much says she's going to be the next Raw Women's Champion. Charlotte came out then. Of course, the wild card rule. Pretty much Charlotte pretty much told Becky to stop making excuses for losing to me, that she is now a 9-time Women's Champion. Becky said, where's the title now? Charlotte says she may not be champion right now, but she will get it back. Lacey Evans pretty much told her to stop embarrassing herself. You're just a daddy's girl that looks like that looks like a peacock that wants attention. Charlotte says, you know what? Hey, I'm halfway there to my dad's beating his 16-time record of being the world champion. Woo! Good comeback, I will give it that. Flair pretty much says she didn't need to even take off her street clothes to beat you up last week on SmackDown. All you do is just sip tea. But Lacey Evans said that, you've had 9 championships, and now they're gone, all right? Lacey Evans pretty much says she's the face of the WWE, and pretty much told Charlotte that to go back to SmackDown unless you want to be educated with another woman's right, which this looks like an odd segment to begin the match at the end. I don't know if Lacey Evans was supposed to be going for the woman's right punch, but all she really did was just push Charlotte into the ropes, and Charlotte fell a little. I don't know if that was supposed to be her move in that, because she just pushed her. That's what it looked like. She pushed her. It began a very bad match then at one point that the fans just chanted for Becky, because first off, it looks like Charlotte's almost trying to shoot wrestle Lacey Evans and make her look bad. I don't think both of these two really had any chemistry or anything. And even when the second half of the match came on, it was okay, but still, this was not a good match, okay? Especially that first half. Before the commercial, all they did was just, tug back and forth in a shoot match, and Charlotte was mostly the one that was winning. That's all I really kind of saw from that, so this was not good. And then it ended up in a no contest because, both women do a crossbody on each other. Becky pretty much comes in and beats the crap out of both of them then, pretty much standing tall with her title. I don't know if this is going to end up into a triple threat match since, all 3 of these women are still fighting over one title now. Or they are, for Charlotte's still going after the SmackDown title. I don't know what they're fighting for now at this point, because it's not like the title is going to be defended anytime soon. They can't go to Saudi Arabia because, they don't let women over there. I don't know. But that's that country, okay? I don't need to talk about the backward shit over there right now. But pretty much, I don't know if it'll be the next whatever WWE pay-per-view they have when this title match does happen, but it's like same people I kind of see all the time in these title matches with these 3, but I don't know. Charlotte probably could be still going for the SmackDown one. Rey Mysterio came out. He had a sling in his arm with the U.S. title that looks bigger than him, and that wrestling has been his blood and his family for a long time. He said something in Spanish then. Pretty much says, he gets to share with his son Dominic, who has been trained to do what he does. And he wanted to make the right example of being a champion. Samoa Joe pretty much came out here, before he relinquished the title, and you want to have your moment and everything. Joe says, I heard the word champion, because you are not a champion, okay? Because they go back to the footage of Money in the Bank then, which Samoa Joe is right. His shoulders were never down, so he should still be the champion. Mysterio said he wasn't over here to have no moment or anything or fool anyone. He's just here to give up the title and everything, because he won this title through his career, pain, and injury. And, he's mad enough to do that. That's why he's relinquishing it. So he pretty much gives up the title back to Samoa Joe, which I don't know why they just didn't have some tournament to determine the next champion, but they do a tournament, but Samoa Joe makes a point. He never lost. His shoulders were never down, and he was pretty much screwed at the time. So, he got his belt back now. And, Joe pretty much ended up choking out Rey Mysterio then before the referees and security got him off. But, it wasn't bad or anything. They could have probably found another way to put the U.S. title on anybody else, but Joe never did technically lose it, folks. So his shoulders were up. Remember that. Cesaro excuse me, Cesaro pretty much was cutting a promo on Ricochet as they were going to have another match again. Bobby Lashley, I guess, went against Braun Strowman in some type of arm wrestling contest where Lashley pretty much kept playing games as, slapping Strowman and everything, and they kind of, actually did the arm wrestling thing, which Strowman ended up winning, but Lashley pretty much attacked him after, hit him with a big power slam that actually was pretty impressive just for a man Strowman's size. Lashley almost got picked up with ease, slammed him to the ground. So I forget that these two have a match this Friday. I don't know, just 50-50 booking. They'll probably have Strowman go over for all I know. Nikki Cross then went against Peyton Royce. This was for a painful one for the crowd, because I don't think they knew how to react to a lot of these things, nor I don't think they knew who a lot of these women were, especially they were from NXT. Nikki Cross did end up winning, since Alexa's new gimmick now is coffee, and she has a coffee shirt on, and they have a coffee with her logo, I think, on it, which, coffee though, just pretty much walking around, something that they did that segment a few weeks ago and everything, but excuse me, I'm kind of tired, but just looking at this match, I don't think the crowd knew who these two were. The crowd was very silent. The crowd was very dead. I just did not think that they know who any of these two people were. And, they had the coffee thing, and they knocked out of Bliss's hand, and it's all over her white pants now until, Nikki Cross does win with a spinning neck breaker on the top rope. Then the champions continue to look like idiots. Pretty much then Becky Lynch comes in and kicks Billie Kay, I think, in the back, and Insaguri taking her down. And they pretty much celebrate then, because Bliss was just kind of really pissed off, and she was gonna be the one to almost snap, it looked like, until Nikki Cross stopped her then from doing that, because it almost look at her, you just look at her eyes like she was just gonna keep doing it. You just knocking her with a kendo stick. Where does this feud go? I don't know, but I don't think any of these people know who he was. Seth Rollins then came out then. Pretty much he had the title with him, and he knows Lesnar's gunning for him. Come on, let's do this. Pretty much then it was going to be Baron Corbin coming out, pretty much talking about Seth Rollins and everything, and that you want to come live your childhood dream, but he's the dream crusher. And, he's going to put to take away that title, cold, dead hands, he said. And Corbin said, he'd be okay with that, since, Rollins did say that. Corbin pretty much says, I'm the guy who retired Kurt Angle, and, I'm going to retire you, so why'd you get that ambulance ready? Pretty much they brawled for a minute. Seth ended up throwing Corbin out of the ring. Corbin comes back with End of Days. After 2-3 times of Brock's music hitting, it actually plays. Brock comes to the ring. He pretty much had a chair with him in his hand and the briefcase. As Heyman said, cashing in. But Brock Lesnar just wanted to beat the hell out of Seth Rollins, okay? Anybody saw that coming. I never thought anyone was dropping no title. This was just probably another bait and switch, and I kind of figured that out right off the bat after they said, oh, he's going to cash in tonight. I said, yeah, right, he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank tonight. Okay. But yeah, the cash in though. Yeah, Brock comes out. He starts beating the hell out of Seth. Just beating him with multiple chairs, objects, German suplexes, F5s. As Heyman pretty much said, no. You got till, I think it was a few months or something, but he was like, Friday. Everything will be on Friday, okay? Everything will be on Friday, which I don't see. Listen, anybody that thought this was going to be some Money in the Bank cash tonight was clearly wrong, okay? Even I knew it was going to be some type of swerve to why, wow, I really just lost my thought. I have to say a different name, but, anybody thought this was a cash in? No, nobody really thought Lesnar was going to cash in the Money in the Bank, I don't think. And I don't know if he will do it at Saudi Arabia, since he's already telling the date of hand. Even though he beat the hell out of the guy he's supposed to be facing, the crap out of him. He could be on Kofi next, for all I know. But he beat the living crap out of him. Just killed him. Really am tired, though. Pretty much ended up, like I said, he said Friday several times. He did not cash it. I never saw a cash in coming. He's playing mind games right now with Seth, so just take note of that. He'll probably do it this Friday in Saudi Arabia, for all I know. I doubt it, but I could see them doing that if they want to keep playing this soft with Boombox Brock and everything, because it would be a waste if they just used the money in the bank right there, okay? It'd be kind of a waste. Sorry for the yawning there. I'm really kind of tired now. But, I'm losing my track. But like I said, Lesnar, F5s, just kills Seth Rollins out there, okay? He kills Seth Rollins, cut promo like he's gonna go somewhere. Knew it was a bait and switch, not surprised anybody saw us a mile away. If you actually thought it was gonna be a cash in, I kind of sadly mistaken you. And I said this for multiple people. He's not gonna cash it in. He's just playing mind games so he can beat the living shit out of Seth Rollins. And that's what pretty much happened. Then after that, of course, the EMTs come in and check on him, carry him off as he's being stretched out, by Jamie Noble, Finley, Becky, which they make that even more known on TV, but hey, that is true, as they pretty much hopped in the back with Rollins to go to a hospital then, since he was hurt that bad. But Lesnar did give him the beating of a lifetime, no? Pretty much then they went to Wyatt's Funhouse next, one of the way better fun shows of the part of this tonight, with what was his name? Huskis, I'm sure Husky Harris, the pig boy, the giant fat pig bucket. And he's talking to the puppet then, and you gotta get the world in your hands, you gotta lose weight or something like that. Next thing you know, before you can actually put on his gear, a Vince McMahon puppet comes out with devil horns saying, "Hey, I thought you were done yet." He says, No. We are almost done, Puppet Vince, but we got a song for you together. The Muscle Man dance that went almost for a minute or two, and they keep doing all these dance muscles with companies or whatever, or Wow, that's not good. But pretty much then after that, the Vince puppet, just devil horns. I'm sure it's gonna be accurate to a lot of people. Red, which that can be made too. Just him being a puppet was just kind of funny, but the song they did was hilarious. Between that and Family Guy and American Dad, it was pretty. Why did I say Family Guy and American? What am I talking about? I must be that tired because I'm talking about a whole different TV show now. But the Muscle Man dance was pretty funny. I did laugh at it, even though he said one part when he said "let me in" and just follow along. So the guy looks more deranged every time you see him. So now he's got a new almost cage or puppet, or I don't know. I have to double check that. But since there will not be a cash-in tonight, and I feel like we said Friday. You hear me? Friday. So what are you not gonna do? So pretty much leaving Rollins to do on his own end, since he was out from that point in time. Triple H came out. Of course, he got NXT chant for a second until Randy Orton interrupted him. As he got in and some RKO chants, Hunter pretty much said, I could see this in your eye. You've been all the segments we've been through together, and I'm drumming up interest for a fight because we can come out here and cut promos and everything, but we could be physicality and break out. And he said there's nothing more in this. For Hunter pretty much, he wouldn't take time for Orton on this. Tired, but we're about excellence review, huh? Triple H, like I said, NXT champ for him. Orton, I'm almost losing track of what I'm saying. Pretty much, Triple H said, I've already seen in your eye. You've had the diamond in you and stuff. And he has hope to say horrible things and everything before a fight breaks out. But Hunter said that there's nothing he could do. Say anything more that was not been said before. Hunter pretty much walked away. But as Randy Orton says, don't let the suit, because he first said, don't let the suit for he was going to kick another man's ass in the suit. But Hunter pretty much, I don't know what comic it was, but was it a Legend Kid or something? Really tired, but well, I am tired. I don't see how I'm going with this. What, Lego Spider-Man? And how they must have took the date while I wasn't looking? Wow, I'm really tired. Let me focus. I need some pills or something, but pretty much then right after that, do not let the suit fool you. He was going to kick Randy Orton's ass in Jeddah and everything, and you know it sounds good to me, but Orton says, I'm not Batista, okay? I'm the legend killer. I'm not gonna go down like him. And he said he would gladly be Hunter and just put another belt to his notch. Triple H pretty much said fair enough, walked off, and then Orton with one of the lines tonight saying, you know, when you come over this Friday and everything, make sure you come here without leaving your wife and your leaving your balls in your wife's purse. Or Triple H got back in and he says, listen, mine is big, okay? What do you have? Nothing. I can put them in the coach for all I know, okay? And you gotta retrieve your balls from Stephanie's purse. Even when the show's ending, I think it was from his Big Small Child. It's supposed to be a new low rider, so watch out for that. You know, what did he say? He was big? Yeah, he was big. Pretty much. Yeah, he did call, his balls was big. He said, see ya, Jeddah. Not a bad segment, though. I think the final other match of the night was, Ricochet and Cesaro, best of 3, or maybe it's a best of 7. Once again, not a bad match. A lot of crazy stuff from Ricochet. He almost botched a couple of these things, but he did recover and make it look good. Very, very good match with Jake ending up getting the win. You have to check that out. Wow, I am tired, but let me do this review because I'm just yawning like crazy. I knew I was tired, but I'm not that tired. But yeah, the sleep must be coming in though. But like I said, not a bad tag match. Probably be best 3, best of 7. Could they be trying to like PWG with their battles long ago? I don't know. Cesaro and Ricochet moved like crazy out there. I feel like it's a little botch because I know I've seen those moves before, but he's done them with ease. But a little botch here and there, but still not a bad match. Everything pretty much right after Truth got a table or a ladder, which was under the table. Our Truth was Ricochet jumps out of the ring. All the job guys, something like EC3, Club, House Party, and Rockstar Spud out there, which you almost like got in the ring was gonna do something, but pretty much Carmella super kicked him in the segment was over. Undertaker came out to a big pop to end off the show, saying he wondered when you face death for the first time, and that Taker just Goldberg fried everything. I don't want to see no family man about his kids or his son looking up to him. I want him to bring a guy with no prisoners, unstoppable, methodical, and iconic. He said, all right. So promise, like you promise you're gonna bring your first ever NWA's title to the max, huh? Well, I'm gonna open you to the gates of hell. That's what's gonna happen. Pretty much ending the segment off there from that. Excuse me. Pretty much, Taker. What did I say, Taker? Yeah, Taker though with his segment, not really bad at the end. Pretty much the only thing that was odd he said was not rest in peace, but Goldberg, you're next. I think he was on time constraints when I looked at the clock. It was literally almost 10 o'clock. I'm almost surprised he didn't have Taker come out like he did SmackDown, say 3 words and say rest in peace. He actually cut some type of promo this time. If they had an extra 5 minutes, they could have completed everything. Mm. Wow, just yawning. But yeah, Goldberg, you're next. So pretty much right after 10 o'clock line, that's when the show pretty much started to some other thing right after he said, Goldberg, you're next. I don't know if he would have said rest in peace right after that, but WWE is really on time things when it comes to ending the show at 10 o'clock. You can not go overtime, so I can see why they probably stopped that now, but it's kind of hard to tell who it is right now just due to how the game is edited and everything. Why am I talking about the game is edited and stuff? Why am I even talking about that? Like I said, Undertaker pretty much kind of promo on both guys out there. Why they didn't do the match on here a month ago. Wow, I'm just losing it tonight. But let me hurry up do this review because I feel like this is gonna be a lot of editorial stuff going on right there. But other than Taker just showing up in the end, trying to promote Blood Money this Friday. Listen, I don't even really know if I'm gonna watch. I already know several people are not watching this show as is already just because it sucks and no one cares about the Blood Money. Now, I'm sure people should be looking more forward to Dominion this weekend or the show coming up on Wednesday, the Fight, the Best of Super Juniors. That's what to watch. But Raw itself, what do I could really take away from this, huh? Wyatt segment, great. Not a bad 6-man tag for that. Truth, actually pretty funny, hiding under the table, which was actually pretty funny to me. The Brock beating the hell out of Seth was not that bad. Seth took a beating out there, I will say that. But I already knew that was going to be a bait and switch. Of course, you got bad parts just from the crate itself, or they continue to have the job guys chase this belt and everything. What was it? Corbin being the main event just in general. Yeah, it did have its bad parts, and I may not know of them, but he did have his bad part. They had their bad parts out there for that show. Okay, I really thought it was, but overall, excuse me. Overall, Monday Night Raw was like 50-50, I felt like, in some levels. Now I can go on a limb and say it just flat out sucked. I feel there's some more boring parts to it. I feel like it just kind of lost it in the first hour and a half, just because I think the show was like an hour. Is it 2 hours? What am I talking about going into that? Look at me, I'm just talking all over the place of how this show's working and everything. But like I said, Monday Night Raw, I don't know, just whatever. Was it a little bit better? I will say that. It wasn't the most idiotic stuff going on, but you still had a lot of idiocracy to this show when watching Monday Night Raw. But I'm going to roll from here. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about my Monday Night Raw review. Tell me what you thought about my NXT TakeOver 25 review, which is up right now. Please check that out. A lot of good stuff going on and everything. So I will see you guys later. Peace out. And we'll see what happens next time. But this was not a bad game per se. Just how they execute everything was just pretty bad in general for how it went. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. I can go drink or something to either put me to eat or sleep, because I feel like I fell a random time of sleep in this video, and I'll probably be able to notice it when I go back and look at it. But overall Raw itself, it was still a lot of bad parts on it, but there were actually a few good parts. I will say that. A couple good parts, yeah. I won't say it sucked all the way, but there was a few good parts. But I'm going to end this review from here. I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Tell what you thought about anything to do with Raw or SmackDown or anybody else on the show, Block, whatever. We'll see what happens. But overall, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace. I need something to pick me up right now because I feel like I'm losing it and may really fall to sleep. That's probably why the review isn't better out that well. Just me doing this half the time and stuff. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
So my thoughts and prayers with